What's up guys, welcome to today's video. I don't know if you've noticed my camera's been super grainy lately. It went bad, so the actual aperture is called a diaphragm, Mike, what's the word? The thing that opens and closes to let light in, it wasn't opening, so I was stuck at 4,000 ISO. I'm trying to say things to agitate him. Why did you be like, it's ISO? But anyway, we are in the E46, we're going to the other shop, and I'm going to be trading this for the Skyline. So this car is going to go into storage, and the R32 is going to go into the knife again because I should have my head any day, and then that thing is going to be making more power, sounding better, being happier, and yeah, I'm excited to be able to toy on that thing and work on it a bit. Saying a quick hello to all the babies in storage. Mike's got the Soar here. I've got the E46. We've got the Chaser looking all stancy, and then we've got Z-Roy over here chilling in the side-by-side. Hopefully if things go through with the shop, all these will see more love. I'll be able to be using them and having them all in one place instead of having this place that's far away and kind of annoying to get to. Mike, I need a sweet montage of the Skyline that's like, she's back, yeah. Can you do that for me?
I got you.
Okay. Old girl is back. Before we get rolling in the shop, I wanted to take a second and give a shout out to a company called Policy Genius. If you aren't familiar with Policy Genius, it's a cutting edge insurance marketplace that will help you reshop for better home and auto insurance rates so you can save some money. Because as we all know, December, things get expensive buying people gifts and stuff, so you might as well put a little bit of money back in your pocket. What you do is you go to policygenius.com, answer a couple quick questions about yourself and your property, and then Policy Genius will do the rest. They'll compare rates from over 30 top insurers to make sure you can find the best rates. Then their licensed experts will look at other ways of saving, like bundling your home and auto policies. If Policy Genius finds a better rate than what you're currently paying, they'll get you switched for free. And their service is so good that they have 5-star rating with over 1,600 reviews on both Trustpilot and Google. It's a really cool company, and for someone like me that spends a lot on insurance each month, they make saving money simple. On average, Policy Genius saves their customers about $1,000 each year by reshopping, and if you want to figure out how much you can save, all you have to do is go to policygenius.com, because when it comes to insurance, it's nice to get it right. I'll put the links down in the description, and I want to give them a massive thank you for sponsoring this video. Now we got some cool stuff going on in the shop.
So we started on the downpipe now. The cool side is all done, all tagged up, but we were waiting on gas, so I decided to move on to the downpipe to see what we got working with. I don't think we ever showed the jig that I made a long time ago. So I made this jig of the downpipes that came with the 34 because those are equal length, meaning both these sides, like the one rear turbo and the front turbo, are equal length. Mainly that's achieved by the rear turbo outlet being longer to match the same length as the front turbo. So Adam wanted to keep that the same, and instead of using the downpipes that came with the car, even though we're keeping the twins, we wanted to make them out of titanium. I'm kind of using the jig and then the car at the same time to make them. Mainly the jig will be just for the locations and the rear section. This is a slightly bigger diameter than the downpipes the car came with.
Right.
So the rest of the fitment is going to be on the car, which I prefer to anyways, because when I went to put those downpipes on, they line up, but I have to kind of force the front section slightly to be able to bolt the bolt on it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do that with the titanium because it'll be more prone to cracking. I am going to take precautionary measures to avoid that, not only by like purging the pipe completely, so there's like good purge on it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to make and see if I could come up with like a plate that will tie into these pipes here to kind of help any movement, any flex or any movement.
Yeah.
Right there. So yeah, so this is how the somewhat gonna look. We're gonna have the rest of the exhaust is gonna be 4-inch. So we're gonna come off of this if it was a GTR downpipe, and then place a 4-inch V-vent here. Then from here back, the exhaust will be 4-inch. The next, we're gonna set this up. I have different flanges coming for the downpipes here because these ones I had them made, but I took the wrong measurements, so they're slightly narrower. So we got some coming for those. Once those come in, then I could play with the exact fitment for both the front and the rear turbo. But so you have an idea, this one's the rear turbo comes that way. This is what makes these downpipes equal length. The front turbo comes off this way, around this way, and then just a straight shot that way. Avoiding the axle, of course, and then a couple of other things. So that front one I thought would be the easiest one, but it's actually the hardest one because you have to, clear this, give yourself enough room for this nut, and then have a straight shot that way. Once it's in the right direction, then you play over here with a pie cut to give you the angle you're looking for. That's it. But being that these are slightly bigger, you got less room to play with. So
gotcha. Makes
it tougher. Out of all this stuff in titanium, I think this will be my favorite part, the downpipes, because just how wild they are.
Yeah.
So they're gonna look good.
I'm so thankful that Plasma Man did us a solid and got this done super quick, because it let Johan really do what he wanted to do here, and it looks fantastic. So technically speaking, all of the piping in the engine bay is done, and now we get to put the covers on and see what it's gonna look like for the most part. So I'm pumped.
Yeah, it's gonna look good. So now you can see when it's all welded and you don't see the harsh angle as before. It went forward and then back and down.
God, I love that. So if you guys remember the valve cover dilemma, this is try number 3. So our friend Billy, who's been doing some paint work for us over at the shop that he works at, Sanford Paint and Body, asked for perfection, and I'd say we got that. This is a very, very sick glass finish. I had him paint it with paint that is very, very heat resistant, so hopefully it won't yellow or have any issues. It is still gonna be much more fragile than if it was powder coated, but I think it'll hold up pretty well. And the only thing that was kind of tricky. So the reason why, if you guys see any of the V-cam valve covers, usually a lot of people will powder coat them in kind of like a crinkle finish because the casting is really bad, and when you just powder coat it, it gets a lot of these little marks. So the only issue is when he had everything built up and had it blocked down to where it was super smooth, he was worried that he wouldn't be able to block the letters and get them smooth, so he had to bead blast this area again. So you'll notice a little bit of the casting imperfections here, but I think it looks pretty cool. And now we have this like amazing finish. So I'm pumped.
It's gonna set the engine bay off like perfectly.
Especially now that we have all the piping done, and
I know.
it's gonna start to look like an engine again. And...
Well, actually, I forgot. Technically speaking, we still got the intakes.
Oh,
True.
True.
But those shouldn't be too...
Just when you thought it couldn't get any better.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought I was done.
One piece of exciting news, we do officially have our next restock of steering wheels. We don't have a ton, about the same amount as we had in the first drop. If you look at them, still beautiful, nice suede. And then the perforated leather, we've gotten a lot of good responses from all the people that have felt them in person. Feel free to comment if you guys have received your wheel. I want to know your thoughts on it. I'm super pumped on these and I'm super happy. These will be available on the website at 5 p.m. But I do want to give you guys a disclaimer. We are focusing 100% on still making sure that all the existing orders get shipped. So even though we have these wheels in hand right now and they're ready to ship, we will not be shipping them until after Christmas because we want to make sure we can do our best to get as many people the orders for Christmas. And like I said in the last video, we're even drop shipping stuff from a supplier in California to make sure you guys get your stuff as soon as possible because of all the supplier issues we've had. But these are in hand. These will be dropping at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today as you're watching this video. So set a reminder and just be aware that the next batch we have of these might not be for like another month and a half to 2 months. So they'll likely sell it fast. And if you want to get your hands on one, I know you guys will be super pumped on it. They're awesome. Probably one of the best wheels I've ever had in any of my cars. So good. I can't remember the last update that we did on the R32, but if you remember, we're going up to a bigger turbo in this thing. The plan is to have it live at higher RPM, make about the same amount of torque, but pick up maybe 50 to 100 wheel gain and hold a quite bit more at redline. So this is Garrett's G35 900. So from the G30 770, we're going up a frame from the 30 to a 35, which will give us a lot better exhaust volume flow. So hopefully it won't choke the engine out in terms of breathing. And then on the compressor side, we went up from the 770 compressor to a 900 compressor. So in theory, this compressor should be good for well into the high 700 horsepower range, maybe even crack an 8. So basically, this thing's gonna be a bad. What I'm gonna start tackling now, I wanna pull the whole intake manifold setup off so I can start mocking up the new Plasma Man one and figure out what we're gonna have to do in terms of intercooler piping. I don't have the head yet. We are going to a Neo head, which will get rid of the hydraulic lifters, let us run bigger cams, which will also help with the power up top. And because we don't have this hydraulic lifters, we'll be able to rev much higher and not have to worry about as many issues. So pumped for that. Today, I'm just gonna start playing around with the manifolds. We've already got this mocked up so we can start figuring out the intercooler piping on this side, but the intake manifold is what I wanna focus on right now. Last time this thing's ever gonna be on this car. All right, let's see what she's gonna look like. It's gonna clear up a lot of space in the bay.
Man, that's like 10 times better.
Yeah, it looks a lot better. Look at how much space I just gained.
Jeez.
It was tight before.
That's wild.
Looks really good. I love how it kind of contrasts with the actual kind of brushed, polished. It looks really cool. So it looks like from a intercooler pipe perspective, I think we're gonna have to make kind of a brand new pipe, huh?
I'll be there.
Do we want to just ditch the blow-off valve?
Yeah.
There's no more blow-off valve on it?
What is that?
Yeah.
What? What? blow off
I
valve.
don't know what it is.
I don't know either.
I don't think this car deserves a blow-off valve.
No.
Why
You're
is
the only one here that has a
Someone
blow-off
like blow-off
valve.
I like blow-off valve. Wait, hold on. Marco, tiebreaker. Blow-off valve, yes or no?
I don't have a blow-off valve.
I do.
Yikes.
If you want to be like Shulman, put a blow-off valve on your car.
Damn right.
Sorry, car's on fire.
Hey.
Oh,
I was waiting for that the whole time. You gotta say it.
I love how cool it looks, like seeing this and then seeing this kind of in the foreground. RB heaven.
the longer, right?
It's Mike's birthday still. Happy
Yes.
birthday again, Mike.
Thank you.
2 birthday videos. New impossible record. So we're taking the R6 out. I am impressed with it, but I want to get a passenger's opinion. Because when Jose was here, Jose's obviously been in a lot of these cars, so he wasn't going to scream like a little girl.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it feels faster to Mike, and then Mike's going to give me a ride in it.
It was fast for me when you first got it, so I'm imagining it's gonna be a lot better now.
We'll see, right? It's getting a little wet out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It feels faster.
Yeah, it does actually. As a matter of fact.
I'll see if we just launch it right here.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, it spun a little bit, huh? Does it feel faster?
Yep. That's a quick answer.
Oh, you know what? The traction control. Oh,
Did it kick on?
no, it like, I had it turned all the way off, but it like turned itself back on a little bit. Because
Huh.
I really wanted to spin in first, but it never lets itself.
That's too new.
No, we must spin. But it does feel quite a bit faster.
Yes. Yeah.
I noticed it pulls up top a little bit better than it did before.
Yeah.
Wonder if it'll let me launch it on a corner. Probably not. Alright, please spin. I feel like this is how it should be stock.
Yeah.
Like, it's good.
Start from here and
Yes.
work your way up.
I feel like the people that freak out about this car being fast, this is what I expected.
Yeah.
Sounds so cool now, doesn't it?
Now that you can rev all the way.
I know. It sounds so good. That's a perfect exhaust noise.
Yeah. Don't go anymore, please.
They wanted to put more pops on. I said no.
Nope. No more pops.
Big car, good turning radius.
Oh, you
impressive.
got it.
I know.
Dang. That 4-wheel steer.
It's funny how like such a little turn of the rear wheel makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
Damn, this thing looks way nicer as a passenger. Like, it sounds ridiculous, but it really does. I feel like I can take everything in more. I get like the full picture of the back seat.
Yeah.
All right, first gear is definitely sucks me back a little bit more than I expected. I will say that. It's not scary because I don't feel like it's out of control.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean. It pushes you back.
It throws you back real hard.
It's that Quattro life.
Yeah.
How's it feel from a driver?
Definitely not as fun.
Yeah,
I can see what you mean. But as a passenger, it's so different.
Yeah, it's a lot less lag gear with the downpipes.
Yeah.
A little more torquey. Sorry, lady. Go big room. Man, I love the sound. It's a good sound.
It is.
It's nice, clean fun. Again, how I think it should have came.
Yep.
The perfect amount of exhaust noise. Like, if you take it out of this mode, it's like super quiet.
Yeah.
But when it's opened up, it's good.
Right. It's fun for a driver when you're launching, but once like you're moving,
It's
it's just whatever.
I know. I feel like flooring it like at this speed, it doesn't really feel that fast.
Yeah.
Like, it's not bad, but the launches are fun.
It could be better. But like you said, if it came like that factory, it'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what that is right there, dude.
Dude. I'll trade for that any day. Is that an LS 400?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. It's one of those.
Oh, freaking underbody of one of those laying all over my driveway.
Yeah. Sorry for that one.
Something that I've been patiently waiting to do because we've gone through the whole paint dilemma with the valve covers are breather fittings for the catch can. And we have something special that I'm excited to share with you guys. If you are familiar with Radium, they make the really cool fittings that we've been using on all the JZs. And it's actually press-in banjo. And what's really cool about this is if you look on my R32, when you have the straight up and down ones, you end up having to have the fittings stick up really high. Now mind you, these are like a weld-in one, so it's even higher and it's exaggerating the problem. With the banjo, it'll keep it nice and close to the valve cover, which will give a way better look. But I think this is one of the first sets that they've made, because these weren't released yet. I'm sure they're released now, but when they sent them to us, they had just posted that they were developing these on Instagram. It was like, I need those, I need those, I need those, because they just clean up the engine bay so much. And it's just a cool design, because you got this guy and there's a bunch of holes in it, and it goes through the banjo and you can swivel it in any direction. That looks good. And you might notice it's frozen. When you put them in the freezer, it just shrinks them a little bit, so it's easier to install. Now look at that. Beautiful. If you're curious what it looks like inside, it's a really cool machine piece with all this room for flow, and then this will sit on it and allow it to kind of breathe through there. If anyone close by can anodize this for me, the red's killing me. I know there's a little bit of red in the bay, but I would really like this to be black. But all the places around here have like very big minimum order quantities. But overall, the fittings look amazing. I'm super pumped on them. And I think this is gonna conclude this video, and hopefully more RB things in the very near future. But I've got a surprise video coming Saturday morning with some exciting stuff that I haven't totally talked about that much. And then the videos in the next week are gonna be some heavy hitters. So stay tuned, it's gonna be really good. I'll see you soon.
When you said